Hello everyone and welcome to Dermacure Clinic. In my today's video I would like to share the story of two brothers' pigmentation problems. I did Cosmelan Peel treatment on both of them and we have achieved an amazing results only literally 2 weeks post-treatment. You can see now this is Emmanuel and you can see 1 day later, 5 days later and 10 days later the progress. He's just super happy with it. And I'm so glad that they reached out to me and Dermacure since they have been going to multiple clinics with a problem, and we have really found the best solution for them. Please subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos like that. It takes me very long time to create a video and put all the resources and knowledge I have into one video, so please do subscribe if you'd like to see more videos.
I've always had certain issues with my skin, certain breakouts, and I've got to the point where I was seeking professional help and I found a fantastic doctor, Dr. Eleanor, who's going to explain the process.
So I'm here today with Solomon and I'm so happy that he has chosen us to perform his Cosmelan treatment. It's very important to choose one of the best place for this treatment, because it's a very long process. You need really good support. I'm gonna go through the treatment and what exactly we have already done. So he was on a prep kit for 2 weeks, which is, involving with the treatment. Then we have done prep peel, which was done about 2 to 3 days ago. So we've done prep peel 3 days ago, and today he's coming for his actual Cosmelan peel. So the application of Cosmelan 1, which probably some of you already know. So he will be staying with that peel, with that product on the skin for about 11 to 12 hours. Yeah, it's quite a long time. That's why we do it in the morning. So now in London it's 10 a.m. and then he has to wash it off, and then obviously I'm gonna advise him how he needs to proceed and how he needs to use the aftercare kit. So here this is the whole kit, the Cosmelan pack, and consisting of 5 different products. 2 of those products we're gonna be using in the clinic today. So we have the decreasing solution, okay, and we have the Cosmelan 1. This is the clinic one, which we're gonna be using now. So this is the decreasing solution, okay, decreasing solution. Okay. Which we have to literally remove all the oil from his skin so the peel can go deeper. Wow. Then we have the Cosmelan 1 mask. Okay. It's very powerful acid cocktail mask, which has powerful ingredients. Once applied on the skin, not only does remove or like speed up the cell turnover, so the skin will be peeling a period of like 3 to 4 weeks, and slowly stopping to peel, but also it has melanin inhibitor ingredients, which means that he will have brightening or like evening of the skin tone throughout that whole period of time. He came here with the issue of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation done by, he had some spots before, obviously he has a lot of melanin, and then that pigmentation, unfortunately, it's not gonna go by itself, or it will be lightening up with the time, but it takes very long time to actually get better. So he definitely needs something like this. Cosmelan is mostly based on retinol, which is form of vitamin A, and it's going to really speed up the cell turnover. That means that the new cells will come up to the surface of the skin much faster than usual, and like this he's gonna have constant desquamation, which means skin peeling of the skin. At least the first 2 weeks is gonna be very dramatic, and then after that it's gonna slowly get better, so not as fast because the skin gets used to it. But again, we're gonna have the melanin inhibitors ingredients, which will also help to brighten and even out the skin tone and suppress the melanocytes, produce more melanin or skin color.
Perfect.
Okay. And then here also you can see the aftercare kit consisting of 3 products, and he needs to use those products at home. So this is the Cosmelan home pack, it says. So I will usually go through very much in details how he needs to use them, but in general I want to show you here. It's very easy, very simple. Okay. He will have the Cosmelan 2 cream, which is super powerful, brightening cream, also based on retinol again, a really powerful cream to brightening the skin, to even out the skin tone, and to continue the peeling process, because we need two things, not only peeling the skin, but also we need to brighten, we need to even out, so we need to suppress the melanocytes already damaged, producing more melanin, okay, or skin color on those certain places where he had previous spots. So Melan Recovery Cream, which is a cream actually has to be applied after the Cosmelan, because Cosmelan 2 is quite powerful. It's very aggressive cream, so we need to put something to calm the skin after that cream. And then also we have the sunscreen, which is the Melan 130 Plus Pigment Control, also has melanin inhibitors ingredients inside, plus it's sun protection, very powerful sun protection with sun protection factor, which is, you know, it's a must to use after that, after those two creams. So he needs to use them in a certain scheme, which I will go through with him, and then we will be seeing the you know, improving of the skin. Even after the first 2 weeks, he will see absolutely amazing improvement with the skin. He will already be happy. He will already be happy. And then he continuously have to use them. So the whole process usually depends what we are treating, but we usually recommend months, so at least 6, 7, 8, 9 months. It depends how his skin reacts, what is the improvement. So I will be monitoring the skin all the time. We also have this very good skin scanner, which will take in picture of his skin. And we will progress. We will actually be looking at the pictures very closely. We'll be able to see the progress after he's on the products. So we're gonna cleanse now, usually twice. Okay.
Feels quite nice.
Yes. So it's important to cleanse the skin. We are doing decreasing now, so we're going to be decreasing the skin. So that means that we are removing any oil from the skin so the peel can go deeper. It's very important. I mean, just like easy to actually penetrate the skin, because obviously we need to break through all those keratinocytes, which are the cells of the skin. Yeah. We can see actually in a closer look his skin. He has kind of normal to a bit oily, so more likely combination skin type, little bit of larger pores here and there. But overall, he had breakouts, and we can see the actually dark marks left after. This is we call post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. That means that the skin has been inflamed due to the pimples, due to acne breakout, and then it leaves scars because the actual pimple, the actual spot forms in the dermis of the skin, which is deeper. And then when it pops out, go through all those skin layers and passes the layer where we have our melanocyte skin cells producing pigment called melanin, or the skin color. When we affect that, those cells have the response to protect the skin. And to protect the skin, they need to actually create more pigment, more color. Because of this, we have those, you know, dark kind of marks left on the skin. Unfortunately, it's very difficult for them to go unless, you know, we do some treatments. Otherwise, it's almost impossible. It's gonna take years until they disappear, especially after certain age. I mean, my client is quite young, but after certain age, it's almost impossible they to disappear. They're always gonna stay on the skin. Maybe slightly lighten with the time, but like we need to speed up this process. And the process of speeding, we need to speed up the cell turnover. So with those products, and especially with the aftercare cream of Cosmelan 2, we actually do this, and then it's gonna have constantly peeling of the old cells plus brightening. So sending messages to the melanocyte cells producing pigment melanin that it's fine, they have to now regulate the production of melanin, and then kind of keep producing not as much as before. So yeah, we'll slowly see, as I said, evening out of the skin, even 2 weeks after the treatment. So will be really amazing. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna open the Cosmelan one. Usually open it, and yeah, so this is the Cosmelan one. And usually what I do is I kind of mix it a little bit, mix. And it's also important to apply it a bit fast, not very slow, because it kind of starts drying out. So just I always ask the client to keep eyes closed, and I'm gonna start with the forehead, and I have to be very careful, absolutely everywhere I cover the area. And even he had here one in the eyebrow, so that's not a problem. As he had a hair transplant, I have to be very careful with that line here, so I'm not going up to the hair. So I have to be careful. Otherwise, if he doesn't, I will go really close to the hairline. Even I'm gonna blend the peel with the hairline. So at the moment, this is okay. The most stubborn area here.
Basically, a lot of what actually goes on in the skin, because everyone focuses on the surface level, and that's what I did, but she brilliantly broke it down, so I think this would be super useful.
Of course, thank you, Salma. So basically what, this is our structure like skin model. Our skin structure, which consists of 3 different layers. So we have our epidermis, which is the top layer of the skin, we have our dermis, and we have our subcutaneous layer, or the fat layer. So when we have pimples, when we have breakouts, they usually form in the dermis of the skin. So in the epidermis, pretty much all the cells are dead, except the first and the second layer. So in the dermis, we have all the blood supply, nerves, all the glands, everything is there, including the hair follicle and the sebaceous gland, which usually, when we have overproduction of sebum, that goes larger and forms pimple, like acne breakout. So usually forms here. So as you can imagine, it's like middle section of the skin, because epidermis is super thin, although it consists of 5 different red layers, but they are very, very thin. So we have here the pimples forming. However, the color of our skin, and we know that some people have darker skin, some people have lighter skin. It depends on the client. So usually we have the basal layer of our epidermis, which is the very bottom layer of the epidermis, which called stratum basal or stratum basal or stratum germinativum. We have here our melanocytes, which are cells producing melanin. This is skin color, which produces pigment or skin color, we call it. So since they are in the epidermis, obviously we have our dermis. When we have a spot or breakout forming, that breakout will go up, 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 and will pop out on the surface of the skin, going through all those skin layers of the skin, especially going through the melanocytes layer, the basal layer of the epidermis, where actually the melanin or skin color has been produced. When we go through that layer, obviously we cause some kind of damage, which is a bad damage, and the cells have a response to protect the skin. How they usually protect us is when they overproduce melanin, because more melanin is protection. That's why usually people with darker skin, they actually come from hot countries. It's just something very, very natural. And then since that happened, obviously we are going to form on the spot, on the place of the spot. First, probably we're going to have like a whitish looking or like a red blood coming out because it comes from the dermis. However, later it's going to come darker because all those melanocytes, they'll be producing more pigment melanin. And that's why we're going to have those post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation patches staying on the skin for a very long period of time, because this is a form of protection coming from the melanocytes. Also, another thing is, you know, that if, for example, we go on sun exposure, usually we get a bit darker. This is also a response of our skin to protect. When we produce more melanocytes is actually a form of protection from the harmful UV radiation, because we know that UV is very, very harmful. It can completely change the DNA of the cells, and we have been created to actually protect, like the skin is just not normal, natural response to harmful agent, like to harmful UV radiation. So it's exactly the same thing if we have different trauma. Anytime we have no matter how dark you are, anytime we have trauma, the skin will heal. It's a normal response, and also we're gonna have some marks left just because we have affected the layers where we have melanin produced in the basal layer of the epidermis.
Thanks. That's really good explanation.
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hopefully it's clear now.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We are here after 2 weeks of the Cosmelan application, so we can see Salomon's progress. So this is just a normal light on the skin scanner, and it has, had a significant improvement. We can see that, brightening. This is like a permanent result, because obviously we're not treating melasma, we're treating just like normal post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So we will also be able to see that more or less here it's quite even, the skin tone. Actually, there is no like a huge issue. Maybe a little bit of darkening here and maybe here. But he will continue using the products. Then we can see no much redness. Sometimes after Cosmelan we can see like some redness. So it's not much redness, which is good. It's normal.
And the redness,
you can see some of
caused?
the vascularity because obviously the skin is peeling, so skin gets quite sensitive. So it's not too bad at the moment, so it is good. So I'm happy with that. So this is like actually skin texture. We can see like it has improved.
Wow,
so it's quite good. Yes, it's really good. Exactly. And then this is just like on the not really massive pigmentation. We can only see like it's a little bit darker here, but he will continue using here mostly.
What's the machine called again? What's the machine?
This is a skin scanner.
Okay.
Observe 520, very advanced skin scanner. So we can see like all the and then here we can see actually on the sides even. So we can see on the sides, So here, look that on the side.
Wow,
so we can see just here a little bit. Obviously he has like hair growing here, so it's just so don't worry about this. This is basically what. So it's just here, so we can lighten all those like
I couldn't even do these talks.
It is really good. It is really good, and so it's really good. And then you can see. Oh, sorry, no, this was the other one. And then we have. So it's really good. It's really good. So it's perfect. Perfect.
Thank you.